Hello Bakugan Brawlers and welcome to another Bakugan video. Today I'm gonna be reviewing the two bizarre double strike Bakugan, which is Sky and Gaia Dragonoid and Dartaak. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Most of us know that the double strike Bakugan have a unique ability, as they have a button that can be pressed to gain a small additional bonus during a brawl, such as Blitz Dragonoid with a switch at the back, and Phantom Dartaak with a button on the top. These Bakugan were released during the third season of Bakugan called Gundalianinvaders. However, there are two types of strange and bizarre double strike Bakugan that doesn't fit in with the other Bakugan from this treatment, and they are Sky and Gaia Dragonoid and Dartaak. In this video, I will go through reviewing these Bakugan and how they work during a battle. So first up, let's talk about how does this Sky and Gaia Dragonoid Bakugan works, and we will review Sky and Gaia Dragonoid. First of all, this Bakugan is a 2-in-1 Bakugan, which consists of a hyena and a dragon. Although not an evolution of Dragonoid, Sky and Gaia Dragonoid are a variation of a Dragonoid. This Bakugan has its own ability card, however it is pretty rare to come by as it was released during the Newvestroia era, which features 7 of the unreleased Bakugan during the 7th wave of that season. All of them, a part of Flare Wilda, was eventually released during the 3rd and 4th season of Bakugan. Sky and Gaia Dragonoid was released in all 6 attributes. So how does this Bakugan work as a double strike Bakugan? Well, after rolling Sky and Gaia Dragonoid onto a gate card, if both parts land on different cards, they are considered as 2 separate Bakugan on 2 separate cards. If both land on the same gate card, then you have to decide to move one to another gate card, like a normal double stand. But what if they both trigger a battle? Then the player that rolled Sky and Gaia picks which battle to start with first. If both halves land on the same gate card, which is the last gate card in the arena, then the player picks which one to leave on the card and which one goes to their use pile. Lastly, if the top half lands elsewhere on the arena, then it goes to the player's use pile, just like a regular Bakugan. So this is Sky and Gaia Dragonoid in the ball form. As you guys can see, I have it in Pyrus, which I believe is the best attribute to have it in, as it matches with the type of Bakugan. In the closed form, it looks pretty unique, as an unexperienced player could easily not tell that this Bakugan could split into 2. It has some nice artwork design around the sky part or the top part of the Bakugan, and the bottom part, the Gaia part, has the horns that features over here, and you could see even the tail, so as the tail of the sky part. Other than that, the design is pretty straightforward, and mine unfortunately did not come with a DNA code. This is Sky and Gaia Dragonoid in the open form. Let's first review with the sky part, the top part of the Bakugan, the only manual part being its tail extension over here, and it has a pretty high G power of 850 Gs. So this Bakugan is supposed to represent a dragon or a lizard type of Bakugan, but it does look more like a dragon, and it really does resemble the Bakugan from the Bakutech series called Nata Nagina, as if Nata Nagina was ever shown in the monster form, it would really look like the sky part of this Bakugan. You could kind of see similar resemblance, although the sky part being way less detailed compared to Nata Nagina. You can see some more facial details of Sky with showing its teeth, horn and eye. Same on the other side. This is the top of the part, and this is the bottom part where its printed G power is listed. And the bottom of this Bakugan is Gaia, more like the hyena part of the Bakugan. This is where the magnet is. It has a few manual parts, being the front legs and hind legs, and it has its horn on the front also that shows just like that. and it has also a good G power of 820G, and this part is really tiny compared to a regular Bakugan. Here is Blitz Dragonoid for reference. You could see how tiny this part is. Here its facial details. You could see its teeth, its eyes, some more details on the front and hind legs. And how to close Sky and Gaia Dragonoid? First, you would want to fold up the manual parts. It is very simple to close this Bakugan. Same with the Sky. Then you would grab the Gaia part, fold in its head and tail. Grab the Sky part and fold in its head and tail. Align its head together, just like that. Then fold in the wing of Sky. And there you guys have it. This is Sky and Gaia Dragonoid in the ball form. And now we're gonna review and explain how does Dartaak work. Dartaak originally was named Dart Dragonoid. It consists of a golem-like Bakugan and a dragon-like Bakugan. Dartaak is also a variation of Dragonoid. This Bakugan and Xeon Highlash were the only two odd-shaped core, or you could say regular Bakugan, not considered as a support piece. Like with the Sky and Gaia Dragonoid and a few other Bakugan in that category, Dartaak was supposed to be released during Newvestroia. However, it was delayed for release until the next season, Gundalianinvaders. Dartaak is available in 4 attributes, being Darkus, Aquus, Chaos, and Ventus. So how does Dartaak work in a battle? Well, it is much simpler and works more like a regular double strike Bakugan that we know of. So if Dartaak opens on your opponent's gate card, you add its G power on the main part of its body with the smaller G power on its projectile. My Dartaak unfortunately doesn't have printed G power from a weird factory error, but it would work like this: 860 on the main part of the body and 40 on the projectile, adding them together making it 900 Gs. However, if your Dartaak opens on your own gate card, then you could only use the G power on its main body. So this is Dartaak in the closed form. As you guys can see, this is a cylinder type of Bakugan, but it is considered just like a normal Bakugan, so you would roll this on the arena, making it pretty difficult compared to a regular Bakugan. It is quite big compared to a regular B2 size Bakugan. It is much more closer in size with the Hexados Trap Bakugan. In the ball form, you can see a lot of design on the side of the body and few more strikes on the top, and the bottom is pretty plain with no painting, so as the back, but the front have a few more green painting and markings on this side of its body. You could see a small tiny wheel on the projectile part, making it slide through when it pops out in battle. So this is Dartaak in the open form. You can see that this part of the Bakugan, the main part of the body, has a spring inside that shoots the projectile part, being the dragon part, very quickly and very fast. And it does feature 2 more wheels on the back as well as the front, making it slide really nicely. So this part of Dartaak, the back part of Dartaak, or the main part of Dartaak, looks very similar to Wilda. However, this part being much bigger and having 2 manual parts being spikes on the shoulder. You could see its facial features over here, and other than that, it is pretty simple in design. And this is the projectile part of Dartaak. You could say this is the dragon part of Dartaak. It is also pretty simple and less detailed compared to Sky and Gaia Dragonoid. You can see some more designs on the face, and its wings also have few intricate designs to it. And like I said earlier, unfortunately they do not have G power printed on them. So yeah, that is the only difference from my Dartaak compared to a other Dartaak. I do not know why this is the case, but most likely it is a factory error. So how would I fold up Dartaak? I'd first fold up the manual parts, fold in the main part of the body. Then I would fold the projectile part, just like this. Then I would take the front and back part and insert them together, and there you guys have it. This is Dartaak in the closed form. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share for more awesome Bakugan content. See you in the next Bakugan video.